So all I know is I just poured water into a bathtub. It's 4 a.m., and now I have drywall on my second floor because the water that clearly was in the bathtub on the third floor didn't go in the bathtub. I don't understand what's happening. Around this time, I see flashlights outside. So I go look outside, and I'm concerned because the house to the south of us is a tiny little house. And I'm like, oh, my God. I look out. They're looking at the big mass in the driveway with their flashlights. And I'm thinking, oh, no, their whole house must have gotten wrecked and blown over like the Three Little Pigs or whatever, Little Red Riding Hood. I'm like, he huffed and he puffed and he blew that house fucking right there over. Different. So I think that this house is in my driveway. And so I'm concerned. I go down to go make sure they're okay. And as soon as I walk out, they're like, ah. And I'm like, oh, my God, these guys must be like freaking out. They go, hey, your roof. I'm like, is this yours? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Can you get your roof off my lawn?
I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, this is your roof. Come here. I'm like, what? And I walk over to them. And so half of my roof is in my driveway, and the other half is hanging off the side, like flapping in the wind. I'm like, that explains a lot.
There's a lot.
Nobody else
starting to add up.
Nobody else is in my building. So there's 3 units. I'm the only one in the building. So nobody else is there to like say what's the damage that's going on in their house or whatever. But yeah, so that was what happened. Drywall continues to fall all night. First the third floor, and then all the insulation that gets wet and saturated. Then the second floor, and then the first floor was like the next day or the day after that. The funniest part of the whole story is that the unit next to us was being rented by these 3 girls, young, like in their 20s, and one of them was literally a meteorologist for the local news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
geez.
she told all of her roommates to put all of their stuff on the third floor in fear of a flood.
Because it's going to be bad. Because it's going to be bad storm
surge. And she's not an engineer because our elevation was 15 feet, which would not have really, usually it's not like going to be affected if you're at 15 feet. So the engineer would have been okay. The meteorologist, all of their stuff got wrecked. So it would have been fine if it was on the second floor because it didn't really get that bad on the second floor, but the whole third floor was completely wrecked.
Crazy. So moral of the story, now that we're dads, it's like if they say evacuate, just like fucking do it. Like always